What's up, world? It's your boy Becca, and we back with another video. Today, we gonna be talking about my discography. You know what I mean? All the projects I dropped. So we gonna get right into it. We gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? First off, I started with my first ever recorded song back in 2007, which was called "A Beautiful Moment." And if somebody still got that song, send that shit to Mecca, cause I ain't got that shit no more. But it took me a while to find the studio, you know what I'm saying? Back then, niggas didn't have all this technology and shit, you know what I'm saying? You had to go to an actual studio and pay for studio time and stuff like that. So it took me a while before I dropped my first project, which was in October in 2010. We dropped Born to Sin Volume 1, you know what I'm saying? And it had many little songs on there, little classics like Watch Me Like TV, Letter to the Government. It was just raw, you know what I'm saying, at that time. I was just trying to say anything that was hot, anything that would catch people's attention. I used to sit outside and just pass that shit out, you know what I'm saying, for free. I used to burn that shit on CD, just pass it out, just trying to get anybody to listen. And then the next following year in the springtime around May, I dropped Volume 2, Born to Sin Volume 2. And it was kind of under the radar because I didn't really promote that shit that much. Like, I wasn't really out with the CDs like that, like the first one. I was going through a lot. I was transitioning, and it's a lot of classics on that shit too. But I say it didn't get the fair justice of Born to Sin Volume 1. You know what I'm saying? And then everything changed, you know what I'm saying? I moved to California. I was starting a new life, and I was living in downtown LA. And I used to go outside because at the place I used to stay at the time, I couldn't smoke in the house. So I had to go outside and smoke, and I used to look at downtown every day, downtown LA every day, just looking up at the buildings at night, and it inspired me. And I came up with the Everyday Struggle mixtape volume 1. And when I came with the Everyday Struggle mixtape volume 1, like, it just changed for me. Like, people started to listen, people started like clicking on Facebook, and it just on my internet pages it just started going up for me. You know what I'm saying? I did my first ever video, which was called "The Realest That You Know." It was bootleg as fuck. I shot that shit bootleg as hell. I did the Windows, I think it was movie player. We did the Windows music movie player, but the Everyday Struggle mixtape, you know what I'm saying? That got me a little attention more than I had. You know what I'm saying? And that had dropped. We dropped that like December. I remember it was December 2011, cause I had dropped that shit, and I was also working on a compilation album with some people that I met in downtown LA. We used to call The Wall. It was across the street from Los Angeles Trade Tech, you know what I'm saying? And they used to have the train station right there on Grand. And motherfuckers used to come from all over and get off at Grand. And we used to post up on the wall, smoke and chill, you know what I'm saying? So I did a compilation album called BMW that was recorded in my apartment. I stayed on 17th Street out with all Mexicans. I was the only nigga in the building. Niggas used to be scared to come out of my house, but we made it happen, you know what I'm saying? So after that, I ended up moving back to Georgia. And I was like, damn, like I want to record some music, but like the shit I had at the time, I don't know if I had lost it or I just didn't have shit when I moved. But I got lucky and somebody like gave me a whole studio, and that's how we came up with Everyday Struggle 2 that dropped June 11, 2012. And I never forget it because I dropped it the day before my daughter's birthday, and I threw a birthday party for my daughter. And at my daughter's birthday party, I was playing the new songs, and that shit was hype. You know what I'm saying? And it got me a new audience from that. But it also at the same time let me know that my shit went up to par with the mixing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like not with the mixing, also with the charisma. You know what I'm saying? Because I never seen myself as wanted to get famous. You know what I'm saying? I just did rap because I could do it. You know what I'm saying? It was like my therapy. You know what I'm saying? I had to get shit off my chest. So that's what that shit was. You know what I mean? And then I was like, okay, I gotta get better. I gotta get better. But I didn't want to conform to the industry at the time because the industry at that time was super commercial. It was all about partying and bullshit and drugs and popping mollies and all this shit. And I didn't want. I wanted to go in a different direction. So I really say the Everyday Struggle mixtapes because I ended up dropping volume 3. But the Everyday Struggle mixtapes for me was like me finding myself as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like just testing different topics. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be different. So as I was working on Everyday Struggle 3, I seen that Everyday Struggle 2 was more like commercial. You know what I'm saying? To me, in my eyes, like there's some songs on there like Nothing to Lose and I'm trying to think of songs on that shit, but it's songs on that shit that is not commercial at all. But I felt like it was more commercial because I did songs that really wasn't me, like Bad Bitches and Good Weed. But everybody loved that fucking song. But with Everyday Struggle 3, I was like totally against it, so I went left. It's like more of a subconscious. I don't like to use conscious. It's more like a subconscious album and shit. You know what I'm saying? But as I was working on it, I was recording 2 songs on there, and I end up nearly almost dying that same day. Like I nearly almost died that same day. I drowned in a lake, came back to life, and long story short, it took me a while to come out with music, but I had Everyday Struggle 3 on reserve because back then I wouldn't drop a mixtape unless I was almost done with another one. You know what I'm saying? So we get to Everyday Struggle 3, I dropped that and I just, you know what I'm saying, there ain't no videos for that. I just wasn't feeling the music or nothing like that. So we get to a year later, you know what I'm saying, I get back motivated, I buy equipment, I buy a green screen, I buy all kind of shit, and I start working on Both Sides of Libra, which is a 2 project, you know what I'm saying. I had the Both Sides of Libra, the Scales, which dropped in March of 2013, and Both Sides of Libra, the Scale is like more like a celebration, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a more like feel good. And then I came with the Balance later on that year, and that was more like a more subconscious shit. You know what I'm saying? It's more like I really didn't like it, but as for words and storytelling and shit like that, it's like one of the highest rated up there. But I like took a break. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit not going the way I wanted to go. I'm not popping the way I want to pop. Like people always tell me all the time, like, "Oh, you hard, you got lyrics and all this shit." But when I went to go perform and shit, they were like, "Oh, it's not. It don't sound south. It don't. It's not turn up and da da da." So I'm like, I felt like I was stuck in the loop. You know what I'm saying? People want all this fucking shit that I don't rock with, but they like my shit, but they just don't rock with it. So I was like stuck in a rock between a hard place. So with my next project, I decided to call it Who Am I? Like, cause am I gonna chase this motherfucking shit? Cause I am doing a little bit of shows. I do have a little bit of fans, but I don't wanna do all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to figure out who am I, what I want to do, what I want to do with it. Now, when I first started recording, I was recording in Georgia. And at that time of my life, I was like really down. I was going through a toxic situation, like, and it was translated into my music. And I was getting ready to put it out, but I wasn't comfortable with putting it out because I felt like it wasn't complete. And then I ended up moving back to LA, back to downtown LA. And once I got to downtown LA, it's like it was like a new spark of life, just like in the Everyday Struggle mixtape, looking at them lights, just getting inspired, and I end up revamping the whole thing. And then I dropped Who Am I April 28th, 2014. I'll never forget it. I was barbecuing. Motherfuckers was anticipating. They wanted me to play the song. It was like extra hype. Like I got real good reception on that. And the videos, that's the best independent videos I did on any of them DaKidSyn projects. Like on the bootleg shit, like I did my extra super bootleg shit on that shit. But I was proud of that. I was happy at that, even though it let me know that I had haters, like super haters. Like I was shocked, like I had super haters, but I was also going through another situation in my life where I was accused of doing something that I wasn't a part of or nothing like that. They was trying to set me up in court. I had like pending court dates and shit. So like I thought I was about to go down for the count. Like I thought this was gonna be my last one. So when I came back to face the case and all that shit, I hurried up and make a mixtape. It was called Away From Home. And I thought I was gonna be away from home. I thought they was gonna trip me off the streets. I thought this was gonna be it. So I had to put my all into it. I had to make it count, and I wanted to make people have some lyrics that they can feel. So Away From Home is like a personal special to me. I dropped that on my birthday, 2014, and it was kind of bittersweet because like during that time I was going through a lot. Like I said, I was facing the court case. My granny was dying of cancer. She eventually like passed like a month before my birthday, before I dropped that shit. And she was like one of my biggest supporters with that shit. So even though she didn't listen to it, she always wanted me to do the shit and follow my dreams and do what I wanted to do. So it was like a special, that was like very special to me. So after that shit happened and I went through that shit, I went through the court case, then end up getting tricked off the streets, my granny dying, everybody's turning their back on me, like I felt like lost. I was like, I was lost in the loop. Like I had to start from over. I had to start over from scratch. I had to start doing things that I wasn't used to doing. I was on my own, like all the way on my own. And I had inherited some time, so I started working on a project which is called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like I'm gonna give you everything, like the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when I recorded The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, like it came out good. I'm really proud of that. That's like the last DaKidSyn project. All 10 of these was under the name DaKidSyn. And during all these projects, I was going through something in my life. Like I was going through some kind of struggle, some kind of traumatic situation, undergoing some kind of change, and it reflects in all the songs in this music. But a lot of these songs, like I got a lot of classics. You know what I'm saying? So when I got to Good, Bad, and Ugly, I got it all the way finished. I was motherfucking ready to drop the shit, and then I lost my computer. Or I couldn't find my computer or something. It was something with my computer, it wouldn't come on. It was something up. Like, yeah, the computer, yeah, I remember that. The computer just went dead. Like, so I was upset. I was heartbroken. And I was like, damn, I got all these songs. I know this shit fire. This is the best shit I ever done. And the motherfucking shit is over with. I can't even put the shit out. And then finally, I end up getting access to the motherfucking shit, figuring it out. And I actually used to put it out a year later after that in 2016, which is the last DaKidSyn project, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm glad that y'all took this time with me so I could go over it a little bit of the DaKidSyn music. This is part one. We're going to get into Yakini next because after the good, bad, and the ugly in 2016, I was like, I'm tired of talking about the struggle, the pain, all that shit. We're going to go by my motherfucking real name, my middle name, Yakini. Fuck that other shit. We going to do it my way. So thank you for watching this video. If you like it, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm coming back with part two, splitting my discography to y'all.